the only thing that gets me is I wonder how nice people are, how good people are, or it's a case of they're just scared of the consequences. Because as I say, I'm not a nice person. I just like to think I'm relatively fair. I try to do a few bits and pieces to try and balance out whatever fake karma is. I don't believe in karma. Some people do, but I don't believe in karma in the sense that if you do something bad will happen to you. If you do something good happen to you. I think in the way people try to connect the dots, I get what they try to do, but I think if you talk karma as in, if you do good for somebody, somebody might do good to you.
Yeah.
No problem, which is normal.
Yeah.
If I slap you, the karma might be you slapping me back. But to think that, you know, you do something to somebody and then something happens to you in 7 years' time, and then someone said that was a karma for what you did then, it's just life. I think people just try to connect the dots. I think that's just me. I don't believe in karma. I just think try not to cause people harm, try not to cause people loss, and then you might live a good life. But I'm not a nice person, definitely not. There's so many things I don't do because I just don't want to go to jail.
It's facts on facts. I swear to God.
And that's why I cried that time, because I was frustrated.
Facts on facts.
How many times have you woke up wanted to do something to somebody or been angry or frustrated and you just think of the consequences?
I'm very different to you lot. So like I'm very I've got if I don't laugh I'll cry attitude. So everything to me has to be funny. Otherwise, yeah, I'll be very. I think comedy for a long time has been my expression, my way of expression.
What's your advice for when you're stressed? How do you deal with stress or cope with stress? Like what's the negative thing you do when you're stressed?
Negative thing I do when I'm stressed.
And what's yours, Chits? What's your negative thing? That's in like the thing you know you shouldn't do. I know mine. I'll say mine. What's yours? Because we're all stressors, man. Because we're all self-employed. So you're stressed. You are stressed. So how do you cope with your stress? That's the bad thing you do.
I don't know. I think before it was probably like comfort eating. So like, oh, I've had a shit day, so I'm gonna.
Sure.
Felt heavy.
But yeah, probably something like that. Like
You know what I mean, man.
Are you not meant to be my friend trying to?
No, but you know what I mean. You ain't been training like you used to. Your focus has changed.
Well, what were you trying to imply? So I'm weaker.
Bro, you've been killing cardio.
No, I said, but what are you trying to imply that I'm weaker?
Of course, you've been killing cardio.
That's what I mean about I'm not a nice person. Because in my head, yeah, because it's a strong. If maybe it was you that said it, me and you could probably scrap and then we could have it out. Because it's kind of strong. I know it'd be a long day.
So I'm not strong.
As Chisholm.
No, see, so you just did the same thing he did to me.
No, but I'm saying it's not a
See,
strong.
bullying. It's a cycle.
No, but
it's a cycle.
And it's the same.
Yeah,
it's the same
wow.
what you call a coward. So for instance, I know that if I have a fight with Chisholm, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be it's going to be a long fight.
So why do you want to fight me?
Because I believe that it will end quicker.
Because you beat me up. All right, cool.
No.
It will end quicker. Why? Why will it end quicker? No, go on. Tell me.
It's how cowards are born. I feel that, for instance, if I was going to fight Chisholm now, the likelihood is that I'm going to pick up a weapon.
Yeah.
To help me. If there's no weapon in this room and it's me and you fighting, I'm happy to fight you.
So why is the weapon gone now that I'm fighting you? Because if I was fighting you, I'd pick up a weapon. So instead of fighting Chisholm with a weapon, and you have a weapon,
yeah, that's what it is, and that's why a lot of these guys run around with guns and knives. Because a lot of them are just shook and scared because they know they can't fight. And I know that if I have a fight with Chisholm, it's going to be a long day. So just now when he said that, oh, it's because you don't train, I saw myself get that the little barbell handle. I saw myself hitting. You know what I mean? Watch the film, yeah. Whack. But then I know that I'm going to go jail. And a lot of times when I don't argue with people because I've already said it before. If you have a fight with me, it's going to end bad for you in more than one way. And why I say that is this: if I win, you've lost your what do you call it? Your ego, your pride. And if I lose, you're going to jail. So whichever way, if I have a fight, whichever way I'm winning. Because I'll tell anyone watching this, if you doesn't like me, if I have a fight with you, if I win and you don't press charges, thank you. But if I lose, I'm pressing charges. So either way, I win. And that's why a lot of the time I don't get into problems because I don't want to go to jail.
All right. So let me. So all right. So you've had a fight.
Yeah.
You've lost.
Yes, I'm pressing charges.
And you're pressing charges.
Yes, please.
Even if you swang first.
Yes, please.
Man said 10-9 Jake. Go.
Wow.
Richie.
Okay.
Go Richie.
And I'll tell you why. Yeah. I'll tell you why. There was a case that happened the other day.
Yeah.
With an MMA fighter where basically people were upset that the lady went to a civil route over the criminal route, not knowing that she tried to go the criminal route, and they said that there wasn't enough evidence for her to actually go that route, that she'd like to get thrown out and lose. So she went the civil route and won. So people don't understand the case. And people are saying, oh, all she cared about was the money. And see with me, even if it is, and I'll throw this out there, if someone done something to me right now, and they said you got an option, Gabriel, this person going to jail for 2 years, for instance, yeah, or you got an option of getting £100,000, what are you taking with?
Taking the money.
I don't understand, like
Yeah,
however I want to
them-
deal with my
yeah.
trauma,
Yeah.
let me deal with my trauma. So in that situation where this MMA fighter has done, and people who haven't read the case properly, all they're seeing is something's happened to a woman, and some of these men don't like women because you haven't even read the case and you've jumped on this girl saying she wanted money. And some people think that because someone's a celebrity, that you know, there's no way they could do something. All women would want them. And these are guys who probably haven't got girls. Because for you to think because you're a celebrity, every single woman you make an advance to is going to want you. And some of you will argue and say, oh, why did she go to the hotel? Why was she there? She could change her mind. And one, if you've read the case, you know she was on. It was time of the month. She had basically, imagine this, they had to surgically remove her tampon out of her.
Crazy.
So people ain't read the case properly.
That is mental.
And once again, it's so hard. When I was checking up on these cases, yeah, apparently only 2% of these cases ever get charged. So people only ever get charged 2%. That means it's so hard to actually prove it. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of people just don't like girls or women because the moment that you, and don't get me wrong, I don't think any case should go into the public domain until the person's been charged. That's my opinion. If it's just this person's done something, cool, let's keep it under wraps. Let's go through the process. Once this person has been charged, even if they're now found innocent, no problem. But please let them be charged. I'd even go as far as saying, let them be proven guilty, then let it come out. Because that's one stain you can never get off your body.
Yeah.
Never, never. And my whole thing is that I'm very just, how can I word it? I think we've all spoken about men and women things and consent things. And I just think that it gets to a point where I just feel that as guys, we just need to be very mindful. And I don't think you need to have daughters or sisters or mums to understand that. And I don't use vulnerable in a derogatory way, but I always like to think that we should protect the vulnerable. In the same way, if I rob Chizzo for his phone, Chizzo's an able 40-year-old man, 39-year-old man, it's not the same as me robbing an 8-year-old woman. In the same way, as much as people always talk about, women want equal rights, so if a woman swings for you, she deserves it. I just don't want, well, technically if you're going to do yin for yang, punch for punch, but I don't want to live in a world where we just want women to get banged in the face. And I don't want a world where women can just assume that they can just hit a guy and get away with it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I don't want to live in that world, but I don't want to live in a world where someone just says that, oh, if a woman punches you in the face, punch her back. By all means, keep your hands to yourself. Please keep your hands to yourself. And women need to know that they can't get away with it. And when I was reading some stats the other day, do you know that if you look at the percentages, women are more likely to be abused in a relationship when they're in a lesbian relationship than when they're in a heterosexual relationship. So women to women, the issues they have violently amongst themselves, the reason to the problem that it is, and I can't prove this as a fact because correlation isn't causation, but what it looks like is that men may hit harder as they often do. So when an altercation happens, I remember being in school, I remember when I used to have fights in school, somebody else would start it, but because I would beat them up, I get in trouble. And I'm like, just come and tell the teacher. And the other person who hit me first, it's fine. And I'm not saying this is the case for all situations, but I just find it very alarming and interesting that if you look at the stats, you're more likely to be in a domestic violence situation or be abused when you're in a lesbian relationship than when you're in a heterosexual relationship. When you look at the stats of it ratio-wise. Obviously, there are more people in heterosexual relationships, so there's more as a number. When you break it down into the proportion, it's higher.
Divorce rates.
Just keep your hands to yourself.
I mean, if I'm gonna fight someone, I'd fight someone in my weight class that looks like me.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I'm not gonna move to AJ.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight him.
So it makes sense.
And you don't call me an idiot if I slapped AJ or punched him in the face.
Yeah.
You could always argue say about AJ knows his strength. Do you think men don't have emotions or feelings too? Like I'm just meant to control myself, like I'm not upset. But once again, I don't want to live in a world where women are getting thumped up.
Yeah.
Do you get me? I don't want to live in that sort of world. But please, just for your own safety, like, just, it's a hard one.